Okay, so the more that you watch my videos, you get better at this stuff with picking up the patterns. Okay, just want to put that out there to anybody who may be joining in. I am not familiar at all with these characters involved in this story. Okay, this is Cesar Chavez. Okay, right there, accused of sexually abusing, essaying labor rights leader Dolores Huerta and others. Now this guy's dead. Okay, this guy um, died in his sleep, so this guy is no longer with us, right? But now these accusations come up, and essaying this lady right here. So this is a American labor leader Dolores Huerta. Okay, so she accused her co-founder of the United Farm Workers, which is known as the UFW, the late Cesar Chavez, of SA that occurred in the 1960s. All right, so she's accusing him of SA. He's no longer with us. He died in 1993 in his sleep, is what I'm seeing here. He was a prominent Mexican American labor leader and civil rights activist who co founded the National Farm Workers Association, later the UFW Union, UFW, in 1962. He utilized nonviolent tactics, including strikes, boycotts, and hunger strikes to secure better pay, safe working conditions, and dignity for migrant farm workers. So there may be kind of like symbolism to something possibly going on today. So right, this could be something to that nature, right? And I may not catch those connections right now, okay? So again, this stuff comes up for a reason with these patterns, right? This may be some kind of symbolism for something that may take place in the future, and this story is possibly kind of showing us that. So again, here's Dolores Hunter. Here's Cesar Chavez. I'm noticing that, look, his birthday is like in a few days. You see that? March 31st. And he died not too long after his birthday. Okay. Notice how he died April 23rd. He died 13 days after her birthday. So these characters are synced up. Look at that. Isn't that's absolutely incredible? Okay, so I mean, you don't have to know who these characters are. Learn this code, and you see through this script, and this is just like the media and stories they're giving us. Okay, so this media is controlled by whoever runs the fake world, basically. Okay, this stuff is all scripted, man. Right? So, how did he die more specifically? And now these essay accusations come up, and what a coincidence, not in a time where that's all the stories we've been getting for the last couple of years is essay stories. He died in his sleep at the age of 66. He passed away in San Luis, Arizona, at the home of a union supporter while in town to defend the United Farm Workers against a lawsuit. An autopsy determined he died of natural causes in his sleep. Okay, so there's another one I can enter Oh, and look, I'm noticing over here, this guy born and dead in Arizona. Now, look, if you think of Arizona, you're an outsider, you might think of Phoenix, Arizona. Look at that 203 in the language. Just like his full name, Cesario Estrada Chavez 203. Even though they're not syncing up specifically Phoenix with this guy, he's still in that Arizona area. Look at that. Phoenix, Arizona 203, like his full name. 86, his full name. 68, Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. Reverse right there. 86, 68. And look how close the 85 is to the 86. Or the 86 and the 85. Yeah, right there. Look at that. Okay. So come on, right? I'm out here in this area. I know Phoenix, Arizona's got that 203, and you can see it connects with this guy now. Right? So we get this SA story now. Check it out, because he died in San Luis. San Luis equals 23. He died 23 days after his birthday on the 23rd. Let it soak in. He died in his sleep, and he was born in Yuma, right? Sleep has the 21 like Yuma. This is just with the language. Okay? We know Arizona is the 48th state. Cesar Chavez equals 48. Born in Yuma. Yuma equals 48. Arizona equals 84 in the language. And SA, when you write it out, 167. 167 is the 39th prime number, and Arizona equals 39. So do you see what I'm presenting to you here? Do you get it? This is the language with base ciphers, and all of the words and everything utilized with this story. You convert the letters into numbers, which is all factual. None of it's made up. And you see that this is a story by the numbers. Okay? You see it's a story by the numbers. And I never downloaded a video. And I have a few more connections, but I'm going to break over to YouTube, and I'm going to play a video right now. I wanted to hurry and download this. So here it is. Let's see if there's a quick video here. Let's see. We'll play this.
César Chavez is accused of abusing girls for years, and here in the Alamo City, his presence is well known. Entire street named after him, and here off of South Flores and Pruitt, a mural in his honor.
Reporting by the New York Times revealed there was, quote, extensive evidence that the United Farm Workers co-founder groomed and sexually abused girls who worked in the movement, end quote. Labor rights leader Dolores Huerta has come out saying she was sexually abused by César Chavez as well. Organizers for this year's César Chavez March for Justice in San Antonio have canceled the event. And now District 5 City Council member Terry Castillo is requesting a series of community listening sessions to change the name of West César Chavez Boulevard.
Prominent civil rights icon César Chavez is...
we're all absorbing. We heard some rumors as early as yesterday, a few days ago. Someone said something may be coming out, an investigation as it relates to this. And, it's March 30th, I think at the end of the month, Cesar Chavez Day. And, every year the governor of California proclaims Cesar.
This is all synced up with, like I said, his birthday is right around the corner. Okay? This is where it all starts. The language, the birthdays, the numbers. Birthday right around the corner. Death date anniversary not far after that. I'm noticing with her birthday as well, right here. This 410 10/4 birthday. Uh, man, where did that just hit with another video I did? Man, I can't even remember at the moment. But who just had the April Fool's birthday? Didn't I just gosh, what video did I just do? Uh I think it was somebody died on April Fool's Day. Man, I can't even remember. Oh, Val Kilmer in my last story right here. Val Kilmer is trending because an AI version of him, because he's dead, is going to appear in a new independent film. That's the last video I made. Look at Val Kilmer's death date trending. Look, 4/1, April Fool's Day. 4/1. And now she's trending. Her birthday's 4/10, which is like 4/1. She's age 95. Okay, so yeah, this stuff is all with the language and the numbers. Okay, I can't say it enough. Even SA, when you write it out, 130 and 31, and he dies on the, or actually his birthday's on the 31st, and he dies on the 113th day of the year. Okay, and he died 13 days after her birthday, even. So 113, 31, 31, 13, 130, like 13. Another number that keeps popping up, Bam Adebayo with the 13 on his jersey in basketball. He had the 83 points. Okay, watch my last few videos, and we go over the number 13 a lot. Okay, so it's like, here we go again, right? It's just over and over and over with these connections. And Julio Cesar Chavez is a boxer. The first thing I thought of when I thought of Cesar Chavez, there's no relation, okay? Julio Cesar Chavez, boxer, he's got the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander birthday, who is just trending, and I just did this story. They got the same birthday, the boxer Cesar Chavez. No relation to this farm worker labor guy. And even the National Basketball Association has that 113. Look at that. Now it's not boxing, but there's a Roger Huerta that I remember who was an MMA fighter. I think I watched him in the UFC. He's got that Huerta name, and what a coincidence. MMA kind of like boxing or whatever. Huerta, and now we get Huerta in this trending story. Labor rights leader Dolores Huerta. And look, Roger Huerta is age 42. Arizona equals 42 in the language. And he was born in 1983. And I was just talking about the 83 points with Bam Adebayo with the 13 on his jersey. Isn't that amazing? And look at my Google is a basketball thing up there. I can't control that. Look it up at the top left. I think we all have our own algorithms, which isn't a huge surprise. But maybe these stories are just popping up, or and they're all connected and it's just our algorithm. But it's still with the language and the numbers. So maybe your algorithm, you got to search for my stories to pop up. But if you didn't, maybe you would never know. We're all like in our own bubble, man. We're all like in our own bubble, I guess, right? Born in 27. I always see those numbers with Arizona decodes. This isn't even an Arizona decode. I guess it could be, right? No, this will just be a regular, but I need to get on my next Arizona decode. That's a playlist on this channel. Okay. I'll just go. This one is kind of like a main everywhere story, so I'll just leave this. So I'll have an Arizona decode here shortly. Man, incredible, huh? Absolutely incredible. Here he is right here. Natural causes. The way he died could be questionable as well. And he's dead, right? So even if this was just made up or it's real, either way, he's no longer with us, and it just syncs up with all the other stories going on. It could be some kind of cover up, you know? Could be some kind of cover up to take the heat off of some active people on the world stage right now. So they said he was essaying uh, multiple females, I guess, who were a part um, of this like UFW movement or whatever, right? Interesting. So I'm just kind of scrolling up and down the article here. I'm not going over all this story. I'll read this. United Farm Workers leader Cesar Chavez, foreground right, addresses a large crowd at a rally in Calexico, California. Interesting, huh? And, his birthday right around the corner. He grew up in a Mexican American family that traveled around California picking lettuce, grapes, cotton, and other seasonal crops. Died in California at 66. Right? So this is 26, 7, 33 years after his death anniversary. He pledged unequivocal support for the labor leaders victims on Wednesday, his foundation, and said that with Chavez family's support, the organization will figure out its identity going forward. We are committed to restorative justice and healing for those who have been harmed, and to ensure our organization reflects the dignity and safety every person deserves, the foundation said in a statement. And look at it, paragraph after paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. Right there. Look at that. Again, there she is. He dies. He ended up dying again 13 days after her birthday. Dolores Huerta. And look at the photo is from January 13. So there's another 113 right there. Look at this script. Another 113 right there. It's another 113. Okay? And again, he dies on the 113th day of the year. Wow. In his sleep. Natural causes is what they say. Cesar Chavez accused of sexually abusing labor rights leader Dolores Huerta. And they said they were like co-founders of that organization or whatever. Let me know if I'm wrong about anything. It's not hard to make a mistake here and there when you're decoding these stories. I believe I have all the information according to what they give us here accurate. As we get now a little bit more familiar with another character who has been out there on the world stage and no longer with us, Cesar Chavez, Dolores Huerta, right here. Okay, until next time.